Now just watch because a couple of them.
Good morning and welcome to the 2022 Ida County Fair Beef Show. We're going to get started this morning by announcing our top 10 rate of gain winners. So if my royalty here would go out to the ring, we're going to bring all 10 kids in, or I guess the top 10 in, recognize them. The winner gets a trophy and the top 10 also get ribbons. So our first place in rate of gain was Shay Dutler. This was tag number 1427 and it had a rate of gain of 3.879 pounds. Second place was Addison Sheaver with tag number 1418. It had a rate of gain of 3.505 pounds. Third place was Kiara Dutler with tag number 1434. Her calf had a gain of 3.411 pounds. Fourth place was Hope Ventiger with tag number 1420. The rate of gain on her calf was 3.388. In fifth place was Jadely Ventiger with tag number 1417. And that calf's rate of gain was 3.224. Jadely was also sixth with tag 1419, and that calf also had a rate of gain of 3.224. Seventh place was Hope Ventiger again with tag number 1421, and the rate of gain on that calf was 3.178. Eighth place was Colin Grove with tag number 1450. Rate of gain was 3.131. In ninth place was Tyler Dutler with tag number 1433. And rate of gain was 3.014. And rounding out our top 10 here was Addison Sheaver with tag number 1416. And that calf gained 2.991 pounds. Let's give a round of applause to our rate of gain winners.
Reserve TV market. Reserve. This is for like, is it Jaylee and Tiger, and the eighth place is for Colin.
Jaylee was out there.
Which one was Jaylee?
She was the tiny one.
Oh, well, I'll get it to her.
Where'd my pen go?
I'll run it to her.
Did you steal my pen?
You got Colin's ribbon yet?
I was gonna write their name on him, but
up here.
This is what happens when he doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen ever.
And he calls me, he goes, do I gotta bring my steer? I said, no, just get up here.
You don't need to bring your steer when it's rate of gain.
No.
They didn't even have rate of gain for sheep this year.
Why?
I don't know, but they didn't give out awards for it.
we did at the end of the show.
You missed it. All right, are we ready to go?
Who got first?
Couldn't tell you. Oh, Heifer.
Yeah, no, my lambs did not
All right.
gain anything this year. They were. My goats never stopped.
Zach, whenever you're ready, we're ready to roll.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, here's Colin and Jadley's ribbons.
We'll just leave them. They didn't give Jaylee the other one?
No.
That's all right. We'll just get them later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready. All right, we're going to get started with our market heifer show. In class 1, our first class of home raised market heifers, we have one entry, Addison Ryberg with tag 1425. Final weight was 985 pounds. like ask him what he wants to give up for ribbon. If he gives out. But so make sure you check in with him. So he doesn't have the wireless anymore. So they would come over to Heifers Class.
That's down at
Okay. So you can check it with him before he comes over to get the money. So yeah, what time? Oh, we're training. Morning, Ben. He's not going to use the wireless. Do you want the cord, Mike?
Yes, I guess that's
Okay.
Don't know what's the best way to get it from yet.
You can cordless money if you want. It said, yeah. Okay, there you go. Sorry. I'll get it untangled for you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Certainly a pleasure, and I look forward to coming out here and sorting through the livestock and working with the young people today. I don't think you could ask for a better morning in terms of the weather and some overcast skies and some cooler temperatures. We're getting a shot of rain here for you guys, but definitely really enjoy coming out here today, and we're going to have a great day and a great show. So we got an awesome place to start off this young lady in the single entry market heifer division. One that you appreciate the type and kind she represents in terms of being a sound, structured, long-bodied female that just looks like she's got some feedability to her. You know, she opens up fairly square behind her shoulder and has got some nice muscle shape working back through her upper hip. One that maybe is not quite at her terminal endpoint, could use a few more days on feed, but really like the type of cattle she represents. Let's give that young individual a round of applause, please.
They're like blue purple.
Yep. Give me their placing and what color their ribbon was, okay? In that class, Addison Reinberg received a blue ribbon. Coming into the ring now, we have Class 2 Purchase Market Heifers. There are 2 entries in this class, weighing from 890 to 1,055. So you said Champion Purchase Market Heifer after Class 4. I don't know when we're gonna be, whenever I get it done. Okay. Whenever Krista comes to me with the stuff. So. Right. Or, because I'm sharing a mic with the judge, so I just want to be able to bring it to him.
Not in your way. Then you can use my chair.
Awesome, thank you.
Maybe I should put it there.
Just something you need.
No.
Huh? Well, I'd like Krista's laptop. I don't know what she had. She said she was going to bring your computer so I can work on that.
Oh, she was on the side for a picture.
Oh, okay.
Hey Natalie. Yeah. What color ribbon did that first?
Here, look.
Oh. So just.
What color ribbons?
Both blues.
Both blues, both blues. Both blues, you said.
Second class of market heifers out here, and I think we've got a nice place to start in the orange colored calf. One you like for in terms of just being bold and powerful all the way through. One that's big top, stout hip, like her body shape that she has, and she's pushing a little bit more finish than the heifer that comes in second. Really nice, powerful market heifer to go ahead and start off this class. The young man brings us one that's got some unique pieces. I love the front end extension, the neck and the throat in this female is really cool to look at. She's real aggressive in the turn she takes in her muscle shape down her top and through her hip. For me, I just like to relax her in her angles a little bit, drop her down in her flank to give her a little bit more body, but one that's got some unique features.
Results from Class 2 purchase market heifers. First with the blue, Abby Els. Second with the blue, Danny Weeda. Coming into the ring next is Class 3 home raised market heifers. We have 2 entries in this class ranging from 1,150 pounds to 1,165.
The golf cart had a ton of water on it, so I rode and it like.
You got an extra pen?
I've got one right here.
That'll work. Thank you.
Two blues.
think we've got a nice place to start in the young ladies market heifer, one that covers the basics in terms of muscle and finish. Really like the combination that she puts together in that regard, and just a solid place to start market heifer division. The heifer that comes in second has the advantage down low if you're talking foot shape and toe size and how she's put together in her feet and legs. But one can also appreciate for being longer bodied and really extended. But in this market division, she just gives up too much product in relation to that class winner to move up higher today.
Results from Class 3 home raised market heifers. First, earning a blue, Kara Harrison. Second, earning a blue, Braxton Galvin. Entering the ring next will be Class 4 purchased market heifers. There are 2 entries in this class weighing from 1,140 pounds to 1,230 pounds. Following Class 4, we will pick our champion and reserve purchased market heifers. After this class now. After this class.
It's champion.
No, yeah. Well, she doesn't play on this year.
What?
Lucy doesn't play on this
That was so bad. His dad felt so bad.
Well, but he looks like he took a...
Probably got a drug by it.
I was talking when I was last week, I was invited to research and had to call my friend. Then we saw him the next day, I was like, you have your arm. I literally saw you yesterday.
And he was like, yeah, my dad backed into it.
I broke it.
That hurt so bad. He was just trying to direct his dad and his thing got his arm in the trailer and his dad came down.
Who knows that? He's such a nice kid, though.
His brother works for Ethan.
Ethan?
Ethan works for Ethan.
Yeah, he's really sweet.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't know, but I guess his brother dating. Well, every day they wouldn't talk to the family at all. And then,
No,
like, they made him get a job, and now he never came.
Oh, yeah, I love that too.
Yeah.
That's because I know he says, like, he's about how progress, but he never does, like, any livestock or anything like the other people. So good.
People touch a lot of this cattle.
I don't know.
There's always,
We're doing purchase, right? Champion right now. After this.
Junior, you're on camera right now.
yeah. Your whole face.
I just noticed it, so I was like, you moved out of the way, and I was like, just to let you know, don't lean down.
I just need Abby and Dan.
Abby's up there.
Well, yeah, there's no animals in it.
Danny over there.
So I'm going to just keep these kids in the ring.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, Danny's over there.
This is the last.
Hey, girl.
Heifers. So we're just going to do the purchase champion right away for those other two.
Okay.
First up here.
Okay.
On the other end.
Okay.
If you want.
We can just have the class.
So yeah, I went to this.
Thank you.
You would.
And we've got an interesting pair out here that both have some advantages over the other. The young man's heifer that's going to go ahead and use, I'm going to use to win. I think one that's good in terms of muscle shape, has plenty of it for me. But where the difference comes between those two is just in terms of the extras, in terms of balance. and design and how they're put together. I think this one's a little more attractive up through her front end. I think she blends a neater about her shoulder and carries that advantage of balance all the way back. When you take them to the ground, I think she's just a little bit more ideal on her feet and legs and how she gets about the ring also. The one in second, the black and white heifer the young man brings out here is a powerhouse female. You love how just big and bold and thick she is all the way through. One that's definitely had the more finish put onto her skeleton. For me, she just gives up some of the extras in terms of attractiveness and look, and not as good in terms of her feet and legs at the ground, but love the meat and the finish that female's put on. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Results from Class 4 purchase market heifers. First with the blue, Leighton Ronk. Second with the blue, Tyler Dutler. Now we'll bring in our first and second from Class 2. First was Abby Else, second was Danny Wida. We'll pick our champion purchase market heifer.
Got our class, the winners and seconds out here for this particular division. Certainly we haven't had a ton of numbers here today, but let's give these exhibitors the recognition they deserve and put their hands together, please. Both our class-winning females. I like the look and the presence they have from the profile. I think both of them are proportional in how they're put together. And I think they both balance up nicely when you get them on the stand off to the side. For me, the difference between them is one's just got quite a bit more red meat when you get right on top of them. Cattle, and one that just opens up really big down their top and stout out of their hip. But those are the two powerful females that still got the balance out here. I'll go select your champion and reserve from this division. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
Our champion purchase market heifer was exhibited by Abby Else, and our reserve champion purchase market heifer was exhibited by Leighton Rolk. Coming into the ring next will be Class 5 home-raised market heifers. There are 2 entries in this class, ranging from 1,220 to 1,285. Following this class, we will choose champion home-raised market heifer. I got his phone yesterday. Yeah, because if you yeah, beach show. You could. Very nice. You think that's enough or you want?
Thanks for champion. Yeah, champion home race. Alright. 700 bucks. I can say for my monthly payment, it's $11 on the big one, the 13 Pro X Max. They'll just take the trophies out since...
No, they're gonna bring it.
For this?
Yeah.
Wait, they'll just take ribbons out now.
Just ribbons now.
They'll bring everyone back. For this time and then they'll...
Yeah, and then they'll bring 1 and 3 in too.
They have champion market. Yep, I have that.
Yep, that'll be after they have to pick the home race first. I posted? I know, I have a decent service, like these tax trucks are loading right now. I just end up clear off I was able to like,
yeah. They'll bring everyone back. For both of them. Well, this is the only platform. I know, but they'll bring all these back in. Okay. What color ribbons?
Blues, please.
Okay.
Heifer we got that starts out as class, commend the exhibitor on getting that one nicely, highly presented out here. One that from the side, you like the extension that she has up to her front end. I like how sound she is on her feet and legs and good in her angles. But more importantly for this market heifer division, when you get right up on top of that one, it's actually quite surprising in terms of the top side power that she has and how she opens up out of the top side of her rib shape. Really a nice individual to go ahead and win this class. Young man's heifer that comes out in second. Love the feedability that this one has. I think that's one appears to be a good, easy feeding project for that exhibitor. One that's plenty good in terms of the condition she has. Just gives up some of the true muscle shape when you get right up on top of her. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Results from Class 5 home raised market heifers. First with the blue, Leighton Rolk. Second with the blue, Mason Christensen. We will now bring in the first place from Class 1, Addison Ryberg, and first and second place from Class 3, Kara Harrison and Braxton Galvin, to pick our champion home-raised market heifer. After we pick champion and reserve home-raised market heifer, we will bring our purchase back in to select our overall champion market heifer.
Okay, awesome. Yep.
Congratulations to these exhibitors out here for the division. Let's give them a round of applause, please. I think we've got some different types and kinds of market heifers out here, and each one of them kind of brings something different to the table in terms of what they represent and the good that they have to offer. For me, I think there's one that's just overwhelming in terms of the power and stoutness all the way from head to tail and top to bottom. I think there's one that's just got the most red muscle all the way through and most substance of bone and just power that represent a nice market heifer. And then I think there's one that does that second best in terms of my mind. I'll go select your champion reserve for this division. Congratulations.
Our champion home-raised market heifer was exhibited by Kara Harrison, and our reserve champion home-raised market heifer was exhibited by Leighton Rolfe. We will now bring in our champion and reserve purchase market heifers to choose our overall champion market heifer.
Natalie, you got the right stuff.
Hey, Aaron.
You got the right
Aaron.
stuff, Natalie.
Will you go take a picture once Kara gets set up? Will you take some pictures of her, please? On my phone. What? Will you take some pictures of Kara?
Yeah.
In the ring now, we have our champion purchase market heifer that was exhibited by Abby Else, and our champion home raised market heifer that was exhibited by Kara Harrison.
You have a little bit of battery in that. I was just going to switch over to my phone so it's not.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, it won't die. I could just unplug it right now. Thank you.
Figured it'd be easier.
Ugh, gosh, where was this yesterday? I almost died walking across
You're
here.
doing turtles every time.
Thank you. Okay. And then we bring in the seconds, or the reserves from our home raised and purchase, which were both exhibited by Leighton Rolfe. We'd also like to introduce our judge today, Zach Post from Jackson, Minnesota. Zach judged in college at Casper College and South Dakota State University, as well as served as an assistant coach at SDSU. Currently is involved with the family farm, raising corn, soybeans, and Simmental cattle. He enjoys coaching the local FFA and 4-H judging teams and spending time with his wife and twin children. So let's give an Ida County welcome to Zach today.
Overall champion Market Heifer Drive out here. I'm certain there's many ringside that have got a fantastic handle on this and can maybe even teach me a thing or two. But you know, some things that we're looking for in Market Heifers are the cattle that have the muscle and the product. That's certainly their end point out here is for the food chain, and once that couple that with the adequate amount of finish to be an indicator of some good marbling in that meat, hopefully. And then when you get into the show ring here, some things we sort on extra for me. When I talk about the extras, are ones that just balance up real nice from the profile, have a shot of extra attractive look through them in terms of how their head and neck comes off their shoulder and how that ties in, being smooth there and transitioning smooth back. Ones that have the right amount of rib shape and dimension and substance and feedability put into their body. And then when you take them to the ground, you know, I'm always one that sorts on structure pretty hard, in my opinion. The ones that've got good feet and legs and the right foot shape always catch my eye. I think there's two out here that sort up and have that extra substance and mass and power put into them. And the difference for me is what I talk about, those extras in terms of his balance and look and foot size and shape. There's one out here that I think does that and stands out from that category, and I think they also stand out in terms of their color. The young lady's yellow will be your champion. Congratulations. As we talk about that second that came out of that class, I think one that's got a world in the division, one that's got a world in terms of quality and build, but maybe just not as powerful as some of the other cattle out here. And for me, I think it gets awfully close for reserve, but your champion from the other division will be reserve. Congratulations.
Your champion market heifer was exhibited by Abby Els, and your reserve champion market heifer was exhibited by Kara Harrison. I think I got it, guys.
You did?
I think so.
Coding over here.
I'm calculating. Oh, thanks, Erin. Calculating the beef carcass contest based on retail days on food. But I never took into account the carcass price. Oh, that's what it is. That's what that is. Right?
I think I'm out of shape.
That's right here. Okay. So instead of there we go.
I ate that. You guys got big. What is the biggest you get for? Yeah.
Okay, hey, I think I got it. Yeah. So, do you have any post-it notes up here? Yeah, because I want to put this in your handbook as the equation I use now. Well, I think I don't know, I want to put it in here so like, you know how to enter it on. So I want to write down how we enter it, what the equation is that we use, so that we can keep it in the fair way. And so that, in the ring now, we have Class 6 home-raised market steers. We have one entry, Addison Ryberg, and it weighs 1,150. Distracted. Yeah.
Like the market heifer we saw from this young lady earlier, one that's certainly not at its end point yet in terms of finish, could use a few more days on feed, but also like the market heifer, I think one you really value when you talk about feet and legs and sound and being good structured cattle that have the ability to go and put on some more weight. I think the young lady's got a really nice project. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Receiving blue in that class was Addison Ryberg. In the ring next, we have Class 7 Purchase Market Steers. There are 5 entries in this class. Weights ranging from 1,120 to 1,190.
So we're gonna have to list first and fifth. Or do you just you want one?
Nope, I want them all. Want them all. Just like you've been doing, but for all of them.
It's just easier because there's usually just two. Heifer and two Sears.
Yesterday after the pit, my phone got delivered to their house, Correct. Okay, there you go.
That should be too far.
This is Christmas fabric, so it's on there.
Okay, so now, how do I sort this? I want to sort all of this. Cool.
That'll taste good.
Well, what are the things?
Certainly the largest class we've had today, and boy, we have some different shapes and sizes and different types of kettle out here, and that's not a bad thing. It's just gotta put your stick to your priorities and do what suits you best ringside. I'm out here lining up what suits me best today. Young man's calf that comes out and wins this class. I think he's maybe got a little bit of a bloat going on, and a little bit extra full, and that's throwing off his balance just a little bit. But to me, I think he's the highest quality one. When you talk about a calf that's designed right up front and good at the ground in terms of feet and legs, one that I think he's got plenty in terms of muscle shape and big about his pin set. I think he's got enough finish on him for me today. But it's really a calf that I think that just puts the most good together for me. The calf that comes in second, I like his stoutness. I guess when you talk about foot size and bone, one that squares up big behind his shoulder, dimensional out of his hip, I'd like to pull him down and soften him up in his flank to make him run even harder at the top spot. I mean, one that gets just a little bit bow-legged as he goes away, but I think a calf that's got some good muscle shape put into him. Next calf that comes in, I think he's crisp in terms of the muscle shape he has right behind his shoulder. For me, he just doesn't balance up quite right from the side. A little deeper in his chest, a little bit higher in his flank. I think he's got some nice muscle shape working through him. Just get a little bit more finish on that guy. Same could be said for the steer that the next two steers that come out. I think these are your longer, more extended type of cattle. I think they're expressive in terms of their muscle shape. For me, they just need to have a shot more finish, a little bit more belly through them, and it could be just free them up off their skeleton as they get out here and get about the ring. I really appreciate the cutability that those two cattle have.
In Class 7 Purchase Market Steers, receiving first with the blue, Levi Ellis. Second with the blue, Ethan Duttler. Third with the blue, Talon Witzke. Fourth with the blue, Colton Olk. And fifth with the blue, Shay Duttler. Into the ring next, we have Class 8 home-raised market steers. We have 4 entries in this class, ranging from 1,295 pounds to 1,360 pounds.
order her run ribbon
You could.
right now.
You could.
Six plates.
Yep, that one.
I'll just do that.
Yep, that works. Earlier this morning, but he was sitting right there. He was sitting like right there, but I haven't seen him in a while. Well, it just poured for a while, so that was nice. Never thought I'd need a sweatshirt.
How's your judging contest go?
Great. We probably had like 12 teams between juniors and seniors, so yeah. Well, just wait, because that's not his cap. It's like that he has. Just wait till he goes in the ring for his cheer. Okay.
He's not so class 12, but I'll give hers.
Yes, you can do that. Because I don't want him to just hold the weapon out and give it to me. Okay, so what do you want to do with this? Can you print this?
Or do you want
Move that?
But you can take those off.
We don't want that.
No, these are beautiful.
Well, he is the judge.
I don't want to share. I think happily.
I think this is a really fun class, top to bottom with some differences. Young man steer, I'm going to go ahead and use to win from the side. I don't think doesn't appear to have enough width and enough power for me, but when you get right up on top of that guy, it's actually quite surprising how much true width and dimension he does carry down his top, and through his hip and stifle, I'm deeming plenty adequate in terms of muscle. And from the side, I think he's one that's just got the most look and attractiveness, and the pieces he puts together out here in terms of how smooth he blends into his shoulder, how good he is on his feet and legs, and sound structured as he gets about the ring. One that we can maybe label complete, even though he doesn't have any of the most ESTs in this class. And the steer that comes in second, I love the type and kind and the black and white steer. One that's just really good and practical, and the cattle that he represents. Big bodied, easy feeding, one that's big and powerful out of his hips, stout in terms of his bone work. For me, I had to make a call, and I just don't think he puts together the balance and attractiveness and structure as our class winner, but it's hard to pick on the cattle that he represents. Really appreciate him for that. Steer that comes in next, real big and lengthy and extended, maybe one that has a pay weight advantage out here, but one with his added frame size, he needs a little bit more finish and more days on feed for me. He's just getting awfully big in terms of that frame size. The young lady that rounds out the class, I've got to commend her on the boots that she has. I think my daughter has the same pair. Really appreciate the type of cattle that guy represents. He's practical and easy feeding, really a nice project. Just gives up some of the extras and overall power as the cattle ahead of him.
Results from Class 8 home raised market steers. All received blues, but first was Leighton Rolk with tag number 1445. Yes, 1445. Second was Remy Blackmore. Third, Leighton Rolk with tag 16796. And fourth was Jadley Ventiger. Coming into the ring now, we have Class 9 purchase market steers. There are 3 entries in this class, ranging from 1,275 pounds to 1,320 pounds.
Well, the whole first buy of James Gaines.
Probably. Or it's
So I was going to wait to see if anything are little soon before I introduce them.
Yeah, certainly an applause-worthy class out here. I think we've got some quality all the way up on top, and the young lady's black and white calf just suits me best out here. One that I think could be laid back and nickel more in her shoulder and knee, and maybe drop him down in his flank a little bit. But here's a steer that I think has some of the unique features in terms of his neck set. I think one that's really bold and round in his rib cage, especially up high and feeding out the backside of his shoulder. And I think that just allows him to work more width and shape down his top side, and one that's plenty expressive through his stifle. Young man steer that comes in next, I think you want on the stand still that really can catch your eye in terms of extension. Here's a long-fronted, long-bodied steer. He's got some length and some height to him. I wish he balanced it up a little bit with a little bit more depth of body, especially back through his flank, to match that height he has. But a steer that's plenty good in terms of muscle and finish just gives up a little bit of those extras in terms of power and expression to our class winner. The young lady that rounds out the class just runs into a couple of tough ones up top. The type of cattle that one represents in terms of being sound, structured, and easy feeding in his type and kind, you can really admire, just gets outpowered here today.
Hey, girls. I'm going to introduce you guys while we're waiting for the next class to come in. So when I say your name, like wave, okay? And get the little boys to be ready, okay? Results from Class 9 Purchase Market Sears. First with the blue, Tatum Oldham. Second with the blue, Ben Todd. And third with the blue, Addison Sheaver. While we're waiting for our next class to come in, we have some royalty with us here today. We have from our Queen Contest on Wednesday night, we have our first runner-up, Natalie Burke. We have Miss Personality, Aaron Nielsen. We have Mr. Ida County, Ty George. And Little Mr. Ida County, Sully Spalding. We don't have our fair queen, Hannah Weeda, up here with us today because she will be in the show ring showing her calves later today. So you'll see her out here today too. Coming into the ring now, we have our Class 10 home raised market steers. There are 2 entries in this class weighing from 1430 to 1450.
I think we're going to compete daily.
Sit on gas, go crazy.
Yeah.
Because they never told us that we needed to go out and take pictures for overall. But Janet came and was like, you need to get
I guess we'll find out.
I tried that and it doesn't work.
You want blues?
Yes.
Alright, guys.
Steer that wins this class isn't your per se show steer, but I love this dude out here. One that's really good in terms of feet and legs and sound structured, and then just easily covers all the basics in terms of having ample amount of muscle, and one that's really easy fleshing and easy feeding, and has got a good finish to him. And I think this steer gives you an attractive look to it if you're looking at that one ringside. I think he's one that catches your eye for all those things I've described. Really like the kind that guy represents. The steer that comes in second, extra long body. I think he's expressive in his muscle shape. Just gives up the finish to our class winner. Nice pair of steers to round out that class.
Results from Class 10 home raised market steers. First with the blue, Aubrey Galvin, and second with the blue, Hope Ventiger. Coming into the ring next, we have Class 11 purchase market steers. There are 4 entries in this class ranging from 1,340 pounds to 1,380.
You can announce it anytime, like now during the market show would be good.
Do you want to bring them in and give them their trophy? That's kind of how
We'll do it at the end of the. Do you want to do the card? Because I need to know who they are to get up here.
Oh. Do you want me to make you a list?
Make me a list, and then I think.
Do you want to do it like before you bring in your overall market animal? So
Yeah,
do
before
your,
we do the overall
oh.
market, but or even before we pick the grand champion market steer.
Okay, before the steer.
Jay Lee might be out. We might only have 3.
No. I should mix these up. you want me to go backwards or forwards?
Start with number 1.
Start with number 1, okay. This is what she meant. We are only going to have 3. This is what she meant. We're only going to have 3. Jade, what's up? Jade, what's up? Black coffee's where it's at, right?
All blues, please.
Young lady's red calf's going to win this class pretty easy in my mind. To me, he's the combination steer. He comes at you awfully wide, reads the same down his top, and he's really powerful out of his hip. When you get your hands on this guy, I love how ample he is and mellow in terms of his finish over his rib. Really nice class winner to go ahead and win. The steer that comes in second, a shot bigger, shot more extended, one that's plenty expressive in terms of his muscle shape. Maybe just gives up some of that overall center body mass and finish to our class winner, but really a steer that's hard to pick a hole in, just runs into a tough class winner there. The steer that rounds out the class certainly is no slouch by any means. One, you love how practical he is. A steer that's got muscle put into him, just gives up some of those show ring extras to those calves ahead of him.
Results from Class 11. First with the blue, Hannah Weeda. Second with the blue, Danny Weeda. And third with the blue, Kiara Dutler. Coming into the ring next, we have Class 12 home raised market steers. There are 2 entries in this class, ranging from 1,515 pounds to 1,610. Following the completion of this class, we will pick the champion and reserve home raised steers. This is after this class.
You want to do this one?
It's bigger than you are, Sully.
They want to do all the classes first and then do the home race.
Do you have Collins for this grade?
Just get the first class.
Oh,
You did?
okay.
Oh, because you came in.
Yeah.
Change of plans, we're going off program here, guys. We are going to pick the champion home raised steer after our last class of purchased steers. So class 13 will be next.
So we'll take turns, okay? Do you want to take this one? Do you want him to go first? Sit it down. So once we take him out, you're going to have to walk him.
Okay, so hey, Natalie. Hey, Natalie. We're not doing that.
I know, but I'm just saying it down here.
We still got another class.
Yeah, you can look at it. Just don't move it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, here. What if you take your advantage? And then I'll let these two go bring it to. Unless you just want to do it next one, and then you take
The two heavyweight cataloged here, and they're both market ready. I like both of these quite a bit. Young lady steer that's going to go ahead and win. I think that one just gives you a real balanced picture from the profile. I think he's better on his feet and legs. He's a little bit leveler down his top line and out his hip. But both those steers have plenty of muscle and finish. I think he just puts together in a real nice, practical, moderate, easy feeding package. Young man steer that comes out next, one that's got muscle and finish, like I said, and plenty of condition on him. For me, he gets a little bit taller in relation to his overall mass that he has. One that's a little bit rounder out of his hip, but that's a close competitive pair. Two really nice steers.
Results from Class 12 home raised market steers. First with the blue, Addison Sheaver. Second with the blue, Colin Grove. In the ring now, we have Class 13 purchase market steers. There are 3 entries in this class, ranging from 1,460 pounds to 1,560 pounds.
They'll do the home race and then they'll do the purchase. Where are you going, Tim? You're in the van. Dude, you're in the ring right now. What is she doing? Sully, where's your cowboy hat today? Why don't you have it on?
Or do I need to step it? Well, not take like a photo of here for like because I know she'll probably be busy with what she's doing in college. She'll be well, I should know how that would work. Yeah, let me know. I'll probably What's the day? Like what day of August is the contest? Or does it change every year?
Oh, it just depends what date the state fair chooses. It's usually like the first
5 days. It's just like August 12th. I'm not gonna be there. Next year if I run, I have to be here. But it all sorry. It all depends if I want to run. Because if I do my senior year, I'm like probably being gone.
Hey, what are we picking for?
They take the shipping. Well, so they got this class in, then they got the ticket and
I don't know what I
and then Mark,
I don't know what I was talking.
then we're gonna do the carpet, and then we're gonna bring the Mark carpet to do overall. After they do
Five minutes.
not 5 minutes, but
I gotta go. Can you like text me? I gotta go to my Heifer. I literally text me.
I think Jen's gonna be out there calling for you guys.
yeah,
We gave her a
we
list.
gave her a list of people today.
She told me, just text me.
I'm not going to hurt. Yeah, because you didn't come into the green.
Yeah, go to the museum. Do you use like
Well, he's all excited about it, so because he's got the yeah, I got a discount on the hot peppers way back. So
You know why I want those? Put home around
no, usually discounted pretty quick. Huh?
people live at the livestock surgery.
Steer we're going to go ahead and use to win this class. I think combines the most good for me. I think one that's attractive with how his neck.
And beautiful stuff. And then
I think it's steer that's attractive in how his neck comes out of his shoulder. One that's got muscle shape and he's got some balanced look to him on the standstill. When you set him into motion, I think we could lay him back in the angle to his shoulder, loosen up his spine a little bit. But to me, he's the highest quality steer to go ahead and win. Young lady's calf that comes in a second, really overwhelming in terms of power down his top side, really stout out of his hip. For me, though, I'd like to see him a little bit freer, more comfortable in how he gets around the ring to move up higher over our class winner, but one that you love the product that guy has to offer. Now, sound is structured, best built calf maybe in third in this class. I think if I had a pen full of his kind, I'd really be happy. Really good footed and sound structured. Really a long-bodied calf. Unfortunately, just a little bit plainer about his front end, but more than anything, just gets overwhelmed in terms of true width and power out here in relation to those two ahead of him. But really, I love the type and kind of that steer in third.
Results from Class 13 purchase market steers. First with the blue, Tatum Oldham. Second with the blue, Shay Zettler. And third with the blue, Hope Van Tiger.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Just coming in for 2 weeks.
You going to the rodeo? You gonna get busted? Yeah. You're not
No.
going to get busted? I didn't want to be the rodeo.
Coming into the ring now, we're going to pick our champion home raised market steer. From Class 6, we have Addison Rydberg. From Class 8, we have Leighton Rowe and Remy Blackmore. From Class 10, we have Aubrey Galvin and Hope Van Tiger. And from Class 12, we have Addison Sheaver and Colin Grove.
That big one over here. So we'll let you take it in one of those schools. So that way we don't have to cover it.
So are we going back to that?
Yes. Well, no.
You won't show me coffee. I don't like black coffee.
I love black coffee. I like Americano. Espresso and hot water.
Water?
Because espresso is really hot. So, unless you want just like a straight up espresso shot, you're just down.
You can give the thank you this year. Never that. And he doesn't get one, he's not filming all the interest. And I'm keeping track of stuff for this, so. This is out there, oh, that one.
Is that one the purchase market steer? The homer's market steer?
We'll see. Someone came in the office and said the same thing. And it was a big deal.
Oh, my mom made these 6 out of 2 grams of butter.
Thank you. It's all we have. Everything's like a stamp.
This is right. You're going to use something like I second. good.
and handed it to him. These are all up there.
Okay. That works. That's why I have big eyelids when I should cattle. That's why I have big eyelids when I should cattle. And my cat, like, it was like one of those.
My brother showed a steer. His first year 4-H, he was like itty bitty. Oh yeah. And this like it was the coolest thing ever at home or something across the fair. Yeah. Holistic. Like gin, like you can save like gin for a week and got it broken every day.
Yeah.
At the house. And he's
It was a 10 where, like, I could snuggle up on that thing and everything. It was great. But then, and so when we got to the show, I did not have the socks. So I could show it to her. Like a spot.
I don't know if is she here? Oh, I see her. She's sitting next to the Carrie. See the guy in the red dress? Oh.
And he wouldn't think he watched it.
What? I didn't see that guy. Well, ours got out with another one that had stayed with at June's house. And June found it walking around the fairgrounds. He probably went to see.
Why don't I remember that?
We don't know. My brother's super brother was traumatized. He was a danger.
I wish.
That's just because it was COVID.
Or Heifers. Yeah. Well, I used to go and put lambs in the herds. Like in the switch and do it. This is what I do. So I didn't know that.
Let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause, please. I'll be honest with you, I think it's awfully tough in my mind, because I think there's some differences out here when you evaluate these cattle. There's some that maybe have a shot more look and show ring presence and building and structure, and then maybe not as much muscle as other ones, and there's some that have that more muscle and more product and cover all doing basics real well, but maybe don't have some of the extras in terms of a show ring look, and so I think it gets really close and really tough. And if you're ringside, I think you can come up with a placing and maybe talk to your neighbor, and they come up with a different placing that's completely different. And I think that's what's great about these contests and getting out here is everything's pretty subjective, and it's on one individual that day, just their opinion. One thing I do know for certain is that there are good cattle out here, and so whichever one you pick of these top few, in my mind, I think if you jumble them around, you're still using a good one regardless of which one you selected, if it's different than the one I did or different than the one of your neighbor. And so I think the cattle out here that represent the market industry, I think have muscle, they have finish, they've got structural integrity put into their skeleton. And I think we have that out here in the three that are in contention, in my opinion. I'll go select the one that just suits me best today. I think we've got three good ones out here in these heavier weight cattle that are really contending hard, and they're all three different. I'm going to go and pick the ones that suit me best, the best combine that muscle and finish to the highest degree. Let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause, please.
The champion home raised market steer was exhibited by Aubrey Galvin. And the reserve champion home raised steer was exhibited by Addison Sheaver.
What do you want? Do you go to the bathroom? Do you want me to go with you or good?
In the ring now, we are going to pick our champion purchase market steer. From Class 7, we have Levi Else and Ethan Dutler. From Class 9, we have Tatum Oldham and Ben Todd. From Class 11, we have Hannah Weeda and Danny Weeda. From Class 13, we have Tatum Oldham and Shay Detler. As we're starting to hand out trophies today, guys, kids that are sitting ringside, if you've won a trophy, we have some really awesome sponsors that are making these trophies happen and sponsoring you guys here so that you can get some recognition for your hard work. On every trophy, there is a thank you that's already addressed to the donor. Make sure you write those thank yous after the fair and get those sent out so that our donors are getting a thank you for their contributions towards our 4-H and FFA programs here in Ida County.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
You get find a penny or something on the ground. That's it. You get a text before it like 6 something in the morning.
Yeah, I woke up at 5:56 and I woke up at 6:30. I was like, the carcass.
She wrote it down in the fair book.
I wrote down the Excel formula in the fair book.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Hello.
So did you figure this out, or did?
I figured it out.
So where do you get your carcass
So where's my thing?
from? In the fair book, it didn't have that.
So I had to look up the Cup Lodge. They have the iron up, so with the to their grade, their quality grade, and then use their yield grade on the grid. I just put it in myself. And then I used...
I can figure out looking at the fair book how that is.
Yeah, and then so the 3 years ago, I did it without I didn't use that one. I wanted to be married at the state fair. And we probably should change it in the fair book. It doesn't work. Because then the one that I found from 2019 was, it came out with this, and so I went in and changed the carcass prices and the days on feed, and I put the Excel formula in the fair book. And I should probably...
So I got everything up until...
Yeah. Yeah. And so I can...
And then we were like trying to just use what was in there and try to get that from here.
No, so I ended up getting it from 2019, and because I knew that was, I was like, I know I've done this before, and I've gotten it. So, yeah. Yeah. So... You go first. Yeah, 2. Oh, yeah, 1, 3, and 2. That one.
So is this your purchased or?
Yeah, purchased. Charlie, you grab me a water, please.
Are we live or are we recording? Recording. Yeah.
And it catches everything.
Yeah, we were like, how much of our conversation are we going to put out?
Love that.
But if they missed the ring back, they would have nothing. Because if they did the back one first.
We've got a pretty competitive division lineup out here with our class winners and our second place animals. To me, when these cattle hit the ring, I think there's one that's quick to catch my eye in terms of just power and mass. And when you get your hands on them, one that's real good and mellow on how they handle and their finish. And then I think there's one that hits me also pretty hard in terms of just having some look and some extras. Really an attractive looking and well balanced calf that's got some added stoutness and expression. And that's the difference for me. Those two calves are quick to catch my eye, and then reevaluate all of them out here together. I think it still stays the same in my mind. They're the two I like best. I'll go select your champion reserve. Let's give all the exhibitors a round of applause, please.
Our champion purchase market steer was exhibited by Hannah Weena, and our reserve champion purchase market steer was exhibited by Tatum Oldham. Next, we will bring our champion and reserve home raised market steers into the ring to pick our grand champion overall market steer. Following the selection of our... Now? Okay, before we do that, we are going to acknowledge our top 10 carcass animals.
Let's call it out. Oh, there it is. Okay. Are you good? Okay.
All right, so we're going to acknowledge our carcass beef of merit kids here. We had 10 calves that they ultrasounded to find out the depth of back fat and the ribeye area. We put that into a formula that determines kind of the value based on the yield grade, the quality grade, what percent of retail products on the calf, and based on how long they're on feed. So our winner of Beef of Merit this year, girls, are you ready? All right, our winner was Colin Grove. Second place was Aubrey Galvin. Third place was Remy Blackmore. Fourth place was Hope Bentiger with tag 1421. Fifth place also went to Hope Bentiger with tag 1420. Sixth place went to Addison Sheever with tag 1418. Seventh place went to Jade Lee Ventiger with tag 1419. Eighth place also went to Addison Sheever with tag 1416. Ninth place went to Shay Dutler with tag 1427. In 10th place, again, went to Adley Ventiger, with tag 1417. Jadley, sorry.
So retail, this is like essentially what their premium would be on it, or what is the dollar? I mean, the formula looks right, but like trying to retail data.
Yeah, I don't know what it is really, because
That's how much they made based on the things.
yeah, I think so.
That's it. I don't. Like, I look at other animals. I never know. No. Yeah, no. Sheep are probably the hardest animals. Because it's all by hand. It's all by hand. Oh, well, I had 8. I broke 8. But I only brought 7.
Coming into the ring, we're going to pick our grand overall champion market steer. So we have from the home race division, our champion home race was Aubrey Galvin. And from the purchase division, our champion purchase was exhibited by Hannah Wida.
Hey guys.
Coming into the ring now was our reserve champion purchase, shown by Tatum Oldham. And our reserve champion home race shown by Addison Sheaver.
How about you come stand by?
Okay. How are you?
There you go. I know,
That's a white Ford Platinum at the independent 3 barn needs to be moved, or we'll move it for him.
All right, so if there is a white Ford Platinum that's parked by the end of the Pennant 3 barn with the license plate 405ZSW, you need to go and move your vehicle.
Grant.
There you go. Do you want it handed to you?
Grant.
Yeah.
Usually they take them and then just hear it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Did you say it over the one in their office?
They already announced it.
if they want to buy the parents, she'll probably just take it and be like, okay, we'll bring it. And that's what we have to do last time. We're always trying to tag off. So I was like, I'm not going to drag you. I'm just going to let you stay here. So I was like,
Following the selection of our Grand Champion Market steer, we will bring our Champion Market Heifer back into the ring to choose an overall Grand Champion Market animal. That Grand Champion Market animal will represent Ida County at the Best of the West Showdown on August 3rd. Those of you that aren't familiar with the Best of the West, a couple years ago, all of the counties in Iowa kind of got together and divided the state into districts, so every county was able to be represented at a district showdown. We send the champion market and breeding of sheep, goats, beef, and swine to this showdown. The winner of that gets to move on to the All Iowa Showdown to compete against the winners from all of the districts. So we'll pick a market and a breeding animal today that will go and represent Ida County. Those of you that are sitting ringside that would like to support our youth that are going, whether it's from the sheep show, the goat show, the cattle show, or the swine show, find June Knapp. She's got some donor flyers or donor forms to fill out if you would like to help support these kids as they go down to Denison to Best in the West.
August 3rd.
Yep. But June.
We'll be doing that.
June. This one doesn't get it though, right? No.
No, it's going to save that one for you.
Because they'll bring the market heifer back in. So just wait on that one, Erin.
You can just set it right here.
Just wait on that one.
Trick you.
Is the market heifer right there?
Oh, yeah, they missing something.
No, you say Abby has to bring a market heifer back up. Woman's cat.
And someone dumped the cat because we heard someone crying and it was on our front step, and so like we went outside because we don't have any farm cats. And like look at this. It's Showdown.
Tried to convince this young man here earlier to come out and pick these for me, so I didn't have to do it. I think he could do a phenomenal job, but I guess I wasn't going to be paying him enough. I think that's the reason why. But we got a nice lineup of 4 steers out here. I like all 4 of these cattle awfully well. Certainly there's some differences not only in color but in type and kind out here. I think we've got some that got a shot more of those extras I talked about in terms of look and bone and hair, if you want to talk about that. I think, there's cattle out here that are just good representatives of market cattle. There's a steer I think represents a good fast steer look and has those extras. And then there's one I think that fits me best, second best in terms of one that just looks to be a show steer and got some cool features with still having enough muscle for me. I'll go select your champion and reserve market steer. Let's give all these exhibitors a congratulations, applause please.
Your grand champion market steer was exhibited by Hannah Weeda, and your reserve champion market steer was exhibited by Tatum Oldham. We're now going to bring in our champion market heifer to choose that overall market animal that will represent Ida County at Best in the West in Denison on August 3rd.
So that's all they get. Is that banner?
Yes. And this is for the next person.
Yep. It's either going to be Hannah or Abby.
Something like one of those stripes too.
Just champion. Yep, just the champion. But it's market and breeding. Hello? Hello?
Evan got it in his head that he was going to skip family vacation.
Hello?
To go to Best in the West.
Hung up on me.
It's not until August 3rd we get back June 30th. July 31st.
Oh, yeah. Just
What's he going to do for the 5 days that we're not?
Yeah.
Not working plan, that's for sure.
I'll go walk it over. I'll go drive over.
But John obviously knows enough about sheep to know what he needs to feed it. I mean, come on.
So we get started on the heifers.
Jackson and Wyatt. You know,
Someone asked if we could breaks and she said no.
I am getting hungry.
You know the two that were helping Evan yesterday, Jackson and Wyatt Nelson?
Yeah.
They were trying to come to my mom. They were like, yeah, this was, did Evan miss vacation? And my mom's like, no. Absolutely not.
Once he gets the first class Angus breed. Okay.
Now he's a king.
Come on.
Is that your house? Yeah.
That's a little bit.
I took the Abby's. Yeah, that's a nice.
In both these cattle, obviously they won their division, so they're well represented, good representatives of each the market heifer and market steer division. And I won't take up too much time or waste all the suspense, but I think there's one out here that wins pretty clear cut in my mind. A young lady steer will be a representative. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Hannah Weta. She will represent Ida County at Best of the West. We're going to get started with our breeding heifer show next. First, we are going to have our first class of Angus breeding heifers, class 14. There are 3 entries in this class with birthdays from January 5th to February 15th.
They're doing some pictures out there.
Take the littles.
Yeah, take the little book.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just out the door.
Lost crown, rolling. Did you see him drop it in the sawdust? Yeah, he picked it up and then there was sawdust on it and he just smacked it and it got stuck. So railing there to get the sawdust back.
Oh, God.
Young Man's Heifer is going to go ahead and win the first class in the breeding show for us today. Here's an Angus female. I think reads real honest in her breeding shape that she's in. I love the rib shape that she has, the sweep back to her rib cage. I think one that gets around the ring. Plenty sound for me. No, she's not the biggest or the stoutest, but she's the most complete. Heifer that comes in second, really a nice brood cow prospect. I love the foot shape and size that female has. Young lady and that heifer seem to be a good team out here showing in the ring, and she's doing a nice job in that big body female around the ring. Young lady's heifer that rounds out the class one. I'd like to see move a little bit freer out here when you set her into motion. But a female, you love the easy fleshing ability that she comes and brings to the table. Real round about her rib shape, and you appreciate her for that.
But he was in the second place. He was the second person in there.
No, he was the first one.
Oh, he was? Okay, and then it was Sophia, and then it was Sunny. Are we positive? Yep.
Okay. Results from Class 14 Angus breeding heifers. First with a blue, Peyton Collins. Second with a blue, Sophia Morales. And third with the blue, Tenley Oldham. Coming into the ring next is our second class of Angus breeding heifers, Class 15. There's one entering this class with a birthday of April 1st.
What?
Is that the new shop?
Oh wait, that's Liz's.
With all of her sugar.
I haven't had it.
That's turkey fair.
I know, I know.
Eight. Was it 9 today? Was Wednesday 8?
I don't know. I was telling you I had kind of community page.
I'm good now.
Is this supposed to be Tatum?
Well, it's Henley. But I don't know, because Henley just got out of the rain.
Going good again.
So I hesitated.
I thought she had a heifer. Laura. Is that supposed to be Tenley's or Tatum? It's supposed to be Tenley's.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, I wanted it.
Huh?
If you're after females that have a lot of mass to them and are easy fleshing, here's one that you can really tie to. Tons of power all the way through. For me, she maybe got a little bit much finish or condition on her for a breeding female, but one you certainly got to appreciate the overall power that she brings to the table.
June. Is that Tatum? Or okay, because it's listed as Tenley in the program.
This is
It is yours? Okay.
Results from Class 15. First receiving a blue is Tatum Oldham. It's listed as her sister Tenley in the program, but it is Tatum's. And coming back into the ring are our first and second from Class 14. First was Peyton Collins, second was Sophia Morales. To choose our champion Angus heifer.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends in Hannaberry went yesterday and asked how I was supposed to start in the room. I can't drink coffee. I can drink American coffee.
It tasted weird too, and I threw it away.
I always would go before school, or like got to a point like China cold and Christina had my name, so I just told her because I wasn't the same person much. She goes, I saw you waiting, so I didn't I
know you go too much.
I do. Same thing every morning. I do. 20 ounce Panamera connection shot. Like it every morning. Literally go every morning. But then I've been working at Jackson. Right up the road from the scooters.
Yeah. I like it. Is it the bake shop? Yeah, it's like their coffee.
And I can just go right through the drive-thru.
Yeah.
I went every morning. Caramel cold brew. Don't hit him, Big John. A caramel cold brew. Sweet cream cold brew.
For the Angus division, we've got the female out here that rises to the top pretty easy in my mind in terms of just being the complete one. And then the other guy, that'll be the young man's Heifer. He'll be your champion, Angus. Reserve will be our other class winner with the young lady's real powerful female. Congratulations.
Our champion Angus breeding heifer was exhibited by Peyton Collins. Our reserve champion Angus breeding heifer was exhibited by Tatum Oldham. The Ida County Cattlemen are grilling burgers today at the bottom of the hill here down by the Rabbit Barn. So when it comes to lunchtime, go support the Cattlemen and grab a burger down there. Coming into the ring next, we have Class 16 Hereford breeding heifers. We have one entry in this class. His birthday was February 11th.
You're hungry? I'm hungry.
You should just buy an RV.
A camper just for the fair.
No, that's not in the book.
I could have brought our short bus.
Air mattress is in it. I have an air mattress. I just think I can bring my kids
Yeah, you'll be fine coming in.
I know. Yeah, you guys. It's gonna be a nightmare.
Oh no.
You can just go.
That's all of Jane's flashcard.
Right, you're good.
They're probably all
Messed up now. I'm not a order, but it's not
I
great.
think Liz should be good because she can at least go back like gravel road into Hyden Road because they turn in.
Just a single entry Hereford female out here. One you appreciate for her moderation and frame size and being practical and easy keeping in her type and kind. The man's doing a nice job controlling this female out here. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Results from that class. First in blue went to Colin Grove. Coming into the ring next, we have Class 17, Median Jew breeding heifers. There's one entry in this class. Birthday of February 22nd.
Like someday by the time you get to go, they should be pushed through.
And then what?
the main event they have at the fair on Saturday night. So there's like people that are coming to
So we have a lot of big eggs.
He saw an opportunity. And it'll look really good.
Which I think is too bad. Like we're trying to put Ike County and put forward. You have 364 other days. Like drop that to attention.
Single entry main female I hear. She certainly is a looker, one that's got a real attractive look about her. Neck comes high out of the top of her shoulder. Real feminine up through her front end, smooth about her shoulder. I think she's good on her feet and legs. You certainly could belly her down a little bit, but one that's really got the foundation work to make a good female.
Fuzzy ears.
Results from Class 17. Receiving a blue ribbon, Cash Schulte. Coming into the ring next, we have Class 18, Simmental Breeding Heifers. There's one entry in this class with the birthday of January 18.
Young man's doing a great job showing this heifer out here. One that when you get her head up like he's doing right now, she gives you a real attractive look up through her front end there. Female gets around the ring, plenty sound on her feet and legs. I think we could give her a shot more belly and flank also, but one that's really appreciated for the attractive look that she brings to the table. Congratulations, young man.
Results from that class. First with the blue was Peyton Collins.
Well, June lost all of her cards, so we got it.
The cards went flying over.
That's what I figured.
Coming into the ring next, we have Class 19 Commercial Breeding Heifers. There are 4 entries in this class, with birthdays ranging from February 20th to March 31st.
4 or 5. 4.
Yeah, that's a Simmental heifer. It's not duplicated. Peyton Collins' heifer got put in twice. That's the same one as his Simmental. Would you break? pictures of Kara for me, please? Thank you. That makes sense, though. That makes sense that Crystal likes excelling.
So you had to go with the chain formatted to
Well, this is the commercial heifer, and then she's just getting the next sets out. Yeah, this is that one. Yeah. Are you dead? Almost dead? Here, I'll just, can you use this? No. Oh, hey! Total class! But that's
Got a nice functional female to go and lead off with. The one that blends the smooth shoulder into the biggest, boldest rib cage out here. I think she still gets around plenty good enough for me in terms of feet and leg, and has some extra power to get right up on top of her. Really a nice, complete female to go ahead and win. Heifer that comes in second doesn't have any of the flashy features, you may say, but one that functionally I like a lot of things about. Like, she's moderate in her frame size. I think she's sound and easy fleshing as she gets out here around the ring. Just gives up some of those extras that we found in our class winner. I think a similar story could be said for the red heifer that comes in next. One that I like her moderation of frame. I think she reads really cowy in her type and kind. Maybe just gives up some of the extra flank and some of the extra muscle shape of those two females ahead of her, but I think she's got the basics to be a long-lasting brood cow for that young man. Heifer that rounds out the class, really can appreciate the extension she has up to her front end, real tight and attractive through that throat. One that I think's got some muscle shape and expression. For me, she just needs to be a little bit softer in her rib cage to move up higher than that.
I don't know who it is.
Results from Class 19 commercial breeding heifers. First with the blue, Kara Harrison. Second with the blue, Mason Christensen with tag number 1412. Third with the blue, Mason Christensen with tag number 1414. And fourth with the blue, Lucas Heilman.
What does that say on it, Natalie? That should have gone to those class winners. If it says commercial, that should have gone to those class winners. Well, is she going to do showmanship? Well, she's bringing in her calf probably.
Natalie, did you say commercial?
Yeah.
Just whatever. Whenever she's done, they've got it handled. Don't tell her to stress about it. Yeah. No, it's Mason Christian. Here, hey, Natalie. Kara's mom is in the maroon over there. Yeah, you can walk through. Just go out this way, around the fence, yeah.
We are now bringing in all of our first place heifers and our champion Angus to select our supreme breeding heifer. Again, as we're handing out trophies, make sure you're sending those thank yous to those donors. They like to be recognized for their support, and we want them to keep supporting our youth in 4-H and FFA in Ida County. So take those thank you notes that are on all those trophies. Make sure you're writing thank yous to your sponsors, guys.
Weird. I am one. I'll get my teacher voice on.
Thanks for whoever did like checking us on Jones. Nope. Did you check on the panel?
The heifer that is selected as our supreme breeding heifer will represent Ida County at Best of the West on August 3rd in Denison. If you are interested in sponsoring Best in the West and supporting these kids that are going down to represent Ida County, find June up. She has some sponsor forms to fill out. So let's help sponsor these kids that are going down to represent Ida County.
On the tag, we need circle satellites, right? There's some like
Yeah, so this one gets the best, the winner gets the best in the last one. Yeah. It was there.
What are those two pages?
Huh? Showmanship, I think. The winner of this goes to best in the West. August 3rd.
But no, we were just like,
Or just go bottling after. What's after the Robert Clover kids?
Close the bottle budget. Whoever gets bottle passport, that's not a real question. It's an Amy question. Amy's in charge of the club. So she's told me for kids, she's trying to go, I'm going to charge up, you are, I'm going to charge up. I'm like, I'm not.
that's fine. I have.
And it's hard. There's lots of differences.
Oh God, I know it's a bird.
I know she went by.
So I know what some people do for a while. Yeah, I know what the breed for a while. That's like different.
I think if we could combine a few of these females out here, we'd have one that was awfully good. We've got some opposite ends of the spectrum. Then we've got some more moderate cattle that have some added body, but maybe aren't just as attractive in either how they're put together up front or how they get about the ring. And I think we've got some that shot more attractive up front, maybe even a little bit better on their feet and legs, but just don't have that body and that mass. I'm always one that decide with quality, though, at the end of the day. I think if we can find some of them females that maybe don't put it, if they don't have one that puts it all completely together, some of the ones that have some of the intangibles and some of those extras, the hard to make pieces, and the ones that are good at the ground, good in their foot shape, and ones that just have some extra presence about them. I think those are the ones that always are quick to catch the eye and maybe are easier to build off of if you're searching for breeding pieces as a breeder. I think we've got some awfully good females out here that got some of those pieces and parts. I'm going to go and select the one that just hits me the hardest today as the highest quality, and then we'll go from there and select your reserve champion. Again, let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause. Tremendous drive out here for the Breeding Female Show.
Our Grand Champion Supreme Breeding Heifer was exhibited by Cash Schulte, and he will represent Ida County at Best of the West. Our Reserve Grand Champion Champion Spring Breeding Heifer was exhibited by Peyton Collins.
Where are you going, girl? I love watching those two interact. It's so funny. I told him I'm going to beat him up the other Senior and junior showmanship. You usually have more feeders than this.
Oh yeah.
Entering the ring now, we have our senior showmanship class. The top three in this class will move on to compete in overall showmanship on Sunday.
Watch out there. Good and secure. Why is it catch? There's still more coming. No, I don't think so. It's like Graceful Boutique is already if you so girl boys
Senior Showmanship, right?
girl boys got in with that.
They're separate ribbons.
They have showmanship ribbons. Girl boys got in with sports.
But here's the trophy.
There's so much ribbons in here.
Do they all get one?
They all get a ribbon.
What color? Purple, blue?
No, they're right in here.
Can you grab that?
You got it?
Do they get like purple ribbons?
No, it's only the first. Is there a championship ribbon in there? So only the first place will get the purple.
With the trophy?
Yes, and then
The rest will get blues?
and then the rest is new blues. So also I don't know if they told you, but for results, only the first place and senior and junior showmanship gets $5.
I didn't even put in.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I can
For any
we can add it in later.
Okay, because I wasn't sure.
It takes like 2 minutes.
That's what we've been doing after all the shows.
Yeah, I would go from oldest to youngest. I'll do that. And then, did June tell you how many to pick? Okay, pick at least top 5. If the top 3 go on to overall showmanship, but if they qualify higher in another species, they go for that one and they come up. So I would pick at least 5. Just based on what other kids show other animals that I can see out there.
I think we've got a great turnout for showmanship out here. One thing I'll say, especially for a smaller county show, I think it's great to see this many seniors still at it and out here showing, and the quality of showmen out here, and the ones that come in the ring and maintain good eye contact throughout the show. I really commend all you exhibitors and the people that have helped them up to this point. I commend you for that. One thing I will say is all these kids have gotten these projects and you started on them at one point in time. You put in some work and put in some effort to get to this level where you are. I encourage you all to translate that into whatever you decide to do, either after the county fair, as soon as then, or down the road in your terms of your careers. Just start on something. Start on something and work at it. If it's the wrong thing or you make a wrong decision, we'll pivot and learn from it. But by not starting, you don't get to gain anything. So always work to start on something and continue to build off that and be involved. And I think that'll take you pretty far in terms of your career and your life and everything, and get to live out your days on this great plant that we have. We've had a great day in the cattle show here today. Before we talk about the showmanship, I want to thank all the people that have helped ringside and keep things moving, and the announcers and all of you guys have put together a very well-run show. So congratulations, all of you. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
I told them to pick 5 just based on
And as we get back to the showman, I think there's some that hit me pretty hard from the start. There's some that you can tell they just have some of the it factor. They're comfortable in the ring. You can tell they put in the work with their animal, and they just do a dang good job of getting them set up fast and efficiently, and then just leaving them alone and maintaining good eye contact with the judge. And you tell they're just comfortable and they're experienced out here. I think there's a few that sort up in my mind, and there's one that takes it to the next level and has that it factor, and it's really no contest in my opinion on who wins it. I think it gets pretty close after that for reserve between a handful of them. I'll go select you a top 5 today in your showmanship division, so you have enough for your overall premier contest. Well, again, let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause, please. Congratulations.
Go, Abby!
Good job, Abby. Good.
Your champion senior showman was Abby Else.
I like she tried way too hard because she can't button it.
Your reserve champion senior showman was Ben Todd.
The boyfriend of the senior showman.
Tatum and Tony don't show anything else.
He's got to place them all out. Right? You have to place them all out. For overall. For overall. For overall.
Because if Abby's already qualified,
Addison,
Qualified for what?
Lucas.
if Abby's not
Aubrey,
qualified,
Addison, Lucas.
so if Abby's not going to qualify, if Ben wins his, he qualifies for his legs, and then they move Levi and his state of If he doesn't qualify, then he'll not. But Tatum, if Lucas were to win his and Levi would win his championship, and or would have got second place in this Ben won, then it would be and they don't show it, they don't show pictures of qualifying. So there's 3 more. So it didn't matter. That's why I said top 5.
She cheered them last night.
The rest of the results from senior showmanship: 3rd was Levi Else, 4th Tatum Oldham, 5th Tenley Oldham, 6th Aubrey Galvin, 7th Addison Sheever, and 8th Lucas Heilman. In the ring now we have junior showmanship.
Okay, what are the ages? Okay. Okay. Alright, and we're going to do that after the feeder calves.
After we pick our junior showman, we'll have our feeder calf show. But following our feeder calves, we will have our Clover Kids show. followed by our future calf showmen. Those are grades just completed, grades 1 through 3. And our bottle babies will finish up our day here with kindergarten and under. Again, those ages for those go by the grade that they just finished.
Huh? Just one. You just need one. You have one trophy. Oh, yeah.
We don't have to go full time now. That's all for overall.
I did this one show you last time.
None of them are.
Yeah, I changed mine because I did last time. And there's a lot more. I can't remember anything. I'll be here. I'll get here at 7.
We just need
champion and reserve, I think.
Just
Jane
two
said.
here.
Yes.
I think we've got an awesome group of young showmen. Again, good numbers, and then if you look at all these cattle out here, they're working good together as a team. We don't have any we're chasing around the ring, and all these young people have been definitely courteous and look like they're happy to be here for the most part. I think out here getting about the ring, showing their calf one more time out here, and I think they're doing a great job of it. Like I talked about earlier, the ones that get their calves set up right and fast and efficiently, maintain good eye contact. Ones that sort up, I'm always big on first impressions. As soon as you hit the gate, you've got your game face on, and I think there's a couple individuals out here that do it pretty easy in my mind, and they're the ones that are going to sort up and going to win for me. I think all of these individuals did a great job. I hope they continue to watch and learn from some of these older, more experienced individuals as well, and just keep coming out here and competing year after year. Congratulations to all the exhibitors. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
Your champion junior showman was Cash Schulte, and your reserve champion junior showman was Chanel Schulte. We are going to move into our feeder calf show now. We're going to start with our feeder calf heifers.
Are we kidding? Are we having Malachi? Why not the Malachi's back's gonna hit him and he's gonna cry. You get Ezra to do it. Huh?
Do you need a rosette for a feeder calf, probably?
Yeah. Huh? The bottle cap.
Who? Malachi. That's what I thought you were talking about. Are they here?
We gotta work on it.
Is he here?
No.
Oh, I was like,
We're sorry, David Minute. Next year we need to get kind of a bottle cap. And I was like, by that time, I hope there's a good enough for one.
that would be fun. God, that would be
No, not yet.
I feel like he's just always in like,
Running
He's
around
up in the
holding
clouds.
his
he
face.
is. He is.
Congrats, Hannah.
But I'm not sure. I think he just takes up the period. I don't know if I really see any David
Yeah.
in Mary. God, I haven't seen them all summer.
Yeah. They're gone with now. We live in a town. We all live in a town. And I go, it's in your backyard.
Have a phone.
Oh yeah, because you guys.
Maybe more control.
No, but we don't like
You could just do it.
You can replace it.
Solely with this little
I said it put Parker back there.
I got some pigs.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll be our kids.
Maybe you all three can negotiate.
Like chicken pigs.
Well, I don't know if you guys don't want to pick by yourself. I'm like, maybe you all three can negotiate on who you want to pick. We have to pick. She does.
After the feeder.
And I don't know how.
Since you're so good at Excel, do you want to help me with the Jersey thing?
You want to pick this? Well, I mean,
Oh, I did it.
you know,
What did you do last time?
I think
I got the same point out in Garrison. Good person. Krista, do you have last year's dirty one on here for the pig?
Yeah, I can go up. Someone's been too hard to try to pass. What you did behind. What was
The
I
devil.
thought I saw something flash. Yeah, you want to use my laptop page and I'll go
Yeah.
tell and hold up the
Yeah.
last year's derby.
Yeah. And
we can just, we can,
oh, okay.
because we gotta get there.
And then, well, you have stuff the question already made for this year's derby? Or do you have to
Well, I have like the 130 that we did, so I just have to sort out that.
Okay.
I did that part.
We got it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, do you mean last year's one?
We didn't do that last year, did we?
No, this is it.
So just the derby from last year. Or maybe the last couple of years, Krista. Thank you. It's not we're supposed to go to do this. It's just activity. Is Slate gonna have a baby bucket calf? Oh, maybe. Okay. Go down here and what's his name? Oh, yeah, good.
Not yet. There'll be 2 classes and then that'll be it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 20.
That's unless he wins. If he wins picks, then he can do the highest place. So you can pick if he wins pigs, he can pick like which one he wants. Since this is lower, he could still pick that.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
okay.
I'm thinking it's always what you always and what you highest, like your highest price too.
But you only pick a good qualifier last time.
This is something about highest price. I think that's what he would get at.
But okay, but even then, if that were to, if that's what Ben had,
yeah, then
it would
Tatum
look bad. But if somehow we got it, or whatever, and he was out, still have 2 good redemptions.
Are you doing time?
Because where I was,
You ready for lunch yet?
I don't know.
Now me too.
based on the kids left in the ring, before you went to the
But I brought like
kids left in the ring.
chips. If anyone needs something to snack on.
Like, yeah.
Because, and then, like, past there, they were done until the
And my
two
brother
that
all
could have.
Powerade.
So if Abby,
Or purple. Or purple. Yeah. I would need to eat in here. They need anything else. Do you want something to snack outside? Or a drink?
You want to sit down? You
You want like a drink?
No, I'm gonna go.
Water? They got water, I guess, right here.
Only class of feeder heifers out here. I think we've got a deep set of them to line up. The heifer that goes ahead and wins for me, I think part for part, she's the most complete one. She's real attractive to her front end. I love how her neck ties into her shoulder. Maintains a nice strong level top line, and you get her out in motion. I think she's one that's plenty flexible, good on her feet and legs. At times she's fighting that young man a little bit and may throw some things off, but I think that one balances up extremely well from the side. The heifer that comes in second, if you know my kind, she's one that hits me pretty hard. I love her moderate frame, big bellied, sound structure type that she represents. When you compare her back to our class winner, she's maybe not as elegant up through her front end. Maybe gets just a little bit tighter in her forerib in relation to her midrib there. One that's a little coarser about her tailhead. That's being picky on one that I like an awful lot. Heifer that rounds out the class, I think, is one that's got some attractive pieces. She's level spine, has got some muscle shape. She just gives up some of those extras in terms of flexibility and shouldering look as those 2 heifers ahead of her.
and that's why I thought that,
First place in our feeder heifer class was Chanel Schulte with tattoo tag number 21. Second place was also Chanel Schulte with tattoo tag number 20. And third place was Kara Harrison. Coming into the ring now, we have our class of feeder steers. There are 3 entries in this class.
First tail. Should be one more. Kara. We think it's a karma mock. And the nice.
I like it. Like I would go, I buy it. An altar fixed you, like I was there with the bottom part and we cut out the way. And there's this little log on the hood and it went nice. And I was like, I love those things. Like I would get a pair of I get an altar, but they cut off
It's like the call.
I'm in trouble.
So is that a lot?
It's hard because my legs are so big. So if I had longer legs, I'd be able to.
We've got a real nice set of steers. All three of them have a lot of good to them. The steer that goes ahead and wins, I think he's the most unique one. When you get him on the standstill and let him relax, this guy really comes together. Love how attractive he is up through his front end. Real bold in his rib shape, powerful out of his hip. His calf, that you can tell, has got quite a bit of muscle shape working into him. And I think his angles read right. When you get him, set him into motion, he's fighting the halter, kind of rises up in his top. At times, works up in his pastures, but I think that's just a thing of the environment today that he's in. I think there's quite a bit of good in that calf once he settles down and relaxes. See that comes in next, one maybe you could say has a little bit of advantage in terms of lower joint work at times as he gets about the ring. One that I think balances up nice from the profile on the standstill. Guy blends a shoulder smooth into his rib cage. I think he's square about his pin set. He just maybe isn't as exciting and as unique in terms of his neck set and substance of bone and muscle shape as our class winner. The steer that rounds out the class, one that's awfully functional and practical in this type and kind. Really love the body and build of that guy. He just gets outclassed here today in terms of bone and hair.
Results from Class 21 feeder steers. First was Cash Schulte, second was Kara Harrison, and third was Tatum Oldham. We are going to bring in our first and seconds from our heifer and steer feeder classes to pick our champion and reserve feeder calf.
love this. This is like a great part of the fair. It's doing the little baby buckets and the bottle caps.
Yeah.
Does Atlee have one or is it just, yeah? Fine. I need a water. My third one. Compared to yesterday.
Very high quality prospect show out here, in my opinion. I think there's calves that got good all the way through, top to bottom. This line out here, definitely one I'd like to stand in front of. Either one of these calves, I think there's a world of good in all four of them. For me, there's one that just takes it to the next level and having some of those extras I've talked about all day long, and I think there's a really high quality one that sits in second. I'll go select your champion reserve prospect cap. Congratulations.
Was exhibited by Cash Schulte, and our reserve champion feeder calf was exhibited by Chanel Schulte. Next, we'll be moving into our Clover Kids show, and then we'll follow that with the Future Calf Showman and the Bottle Baby.
Oh my god, all of the cows. Got a wrangle of a Clover Kid.
He's doing Clover Kids and then it's you.
Is he helping her? Is he gonna help her a little bit? Clover Kids?
Nope, it's all on you.
Yeah, he's done. He's gonna go eat lunch
Just
after
like
this.
who can answer the best. And if they have
Who has a funny answer,
Yeah.
or makes the crowd laugh,
Yeah.
or if they have a costume. And
So like my year, one of them was like, well, his name was Hereford Jr., but then I like Donald Trump, so I mean,
Ready? Are you ready for him?
How many are there?
Okay. All right. So we're going to start with our Clover Kids. So if we can bring our Clover Kids in.
Maybe about 6.
You want to announce when they come in?
I don't know them. I don't know all of them.
At least 4.
Insert your break.
I don't know the next kid though.
Spalding.
Okay,
That's
third
Spalding?
grade. We're just going to do Clover. That's first through third grade. We don't need to do a teacher show. That's the Clover.
Okay.
So we're going to run them all in together.
Okay. So then, June. I don't know what his name is. What is his first name? Oh, that's not Lane. And then Keenan. And then, what's the black one? Ruger. And then who's the next one?
Rasmus.
What's his first name?
Is that Braxton Rasmus?
Okay.
Lincoln Rasmus.
Okay.
There's next one's a Christensen.
But what's his name? Nathan's younger brother. And who's this?
And then Nash Jury.
Nash Jerry.
Greta Frederickson.
Okay, but what's the someone send me the Christensen kid's name?
Natalie, go out there and ask 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 8's name.
Right in front of the girl.
Hold on.
Lucas.
All right, our Clover kids that we have in the ring here, we've got Atlee Forbes, we've got Ellie Spalding, Lane Frederickson, Keaton Forbes, Ruger Blackmore, Paxton Rasmus, Lincoln Rasmus, Lucas Christensen, Greta Frederickson, and Nash Drury. So these are our Clover kids and our future calf showmen. We got a great showing here for the future of calf showmen in Ida County. Yeah, you can follow them with the ribbons.
This is my favorite part of the fair.
Future is bright.
Future is
So his cat like fell in.
It doesn't look like she got that though. It looks pretty clean. Yeah, it's dirty. Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh. She's laughing. I was like, oh no. What? Well, they get a trophy, don't they?
No, there's no trophy, so just forward here.
Yeah, should have been around there.
Yeah.
No, he had. Okay.
What were the best responses?
We'll have these kids go ahead and lead their animals around the ring here as they go out. We can give them a round of applause.
Why doesn't it just go around
I think we've got an incredible program out here. It sounds like a ton of kids in terms of numbers, and all these young individuals are doing a great job out here showing their calf. I hope they can continue to build on that and keep coming out here. We heard some great answers either from names or their favorite things or things they've learned this year. And so again, let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause and encourage them as they exit the ring.
Bottle baby calves. These are kindergarten and under.
Come get the mic and you'll ask them their name and their name of the calf.
So we have a very special judge with us here today. We have our 2022 Ida County Fair Queen, Hannah Wida. She's going to be judging our bottle baby calves. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Hannah.
Go much farther, I don't think.
Yeah, it's about there.
They might have to come to you, Hannah.
I cannot.
Here or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Hannah, back up a little bit. And they're going to have to come to you because you're at a microphone.
Yeah, but if you want to help, bring him up to Hannah. Like, have the kids, each kid go up to Hannah and she can interview. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
So who's going to talk to her, huh?
Hi, buddy. What's your name? Can you tell me your name? What's your calf's name? Say it again. What's your favorite thing about your calf?
I walk around in the road.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing to do with your calf? Perfect. Thank you, buddy. Hey, bud. All right, you want to tell everyone your name?
Kelly's body.
What's your calf's name?
Level.
What's your favorite thing about your calf?
Playing with him, brushing him, walking him, and giving him bath.
Giving him a bath. What's the hardest thing to do with your calf?
Hold him.
Thank you, Zoe. Hi. Can you tell me your name? Riker. What's your calf's name?
Sapphire.
Sapphire. Why'd you name her Sapphire? What's the hardest thing to do with your calf?
Try to stop her.
Stop her. And what's your favorite thing about your calf? In there? Perfect. Thank you, bud. Hey, cutie. Can you tell me your name? Say it again. And what's your calf's name?
Ella.
Ella? Why'd you name her Ella?
Because I like to
Yeah? What's your favorite thing about your calf?
leading him.
Leading her? And what's the hardest thing about your calf?
Hard leading.
Hard leading her. Perfect. Thank you, honey.
Oh no.
Hey, you want to tell us your name?
Eating forks.
What's your calf's name? Why'd you name him?
I don't know.
What's your favorite thing about your calf?
Walking him.
And what's the hardest thing about your calf?
Getting out of the pen.
And then all the time. Perfect. Thank you, bud.
Now you're going to choose your winner. Which one? Or that's the one.
Okay, so I'll find Calves. Yeah, just announce me like you
If there's any future showman, because I think Rasmus will be there. Future showman?
Future showmen can enter the ring at this time.
I love it. I never know what you're gonna say. I never know. Like I never know. Well, was it Natalie that was showing? That was the short kid. Yes, you are. He's shy. And I was like, but then listen to this. I was like, I would say she's never seen a bad side of her. So this is like, oh no. I said to her like,
What's the ages?
If you've completed 1st through 3rd grade, you can come in for future showmen.
He's yelling at Alexa because I sent her to bed. She would play the song that he wanted. Yes. And singing is not so
pain.
Oh, let me tell you.
We're up at the sheep barn sometimes. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then what does he do? Exactly what he said. Yeah. I'll hold the
If he wants to do it, we can.
You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going over there,
You know it's always more
Amy, you want to give that to and then after she gets in here, this chair and train them and give a picture to everybody.
Okay.
We'll talk, yeah.
Is that for everyone? Does this one get
And that concludes the show. The cattlemen are grilling down by the rabbit barn, so you can grab a burger from there.